What's going on, guys? So today it's time for a new mod in the Jeep. Now I said I was gonna do a walk around of everything I've done to it because I've been getting a couple messages of what's the setup of the Jeep, and I'm still gonna do that, but I just want to get this in here first and let me show you guys what I got. Check this shit out, man. I got some CavFab Steering. These things are fucking beef, man. Look at this. Look at that. These things are fucking pretty beefy as fuck, and they weigh a pretty good amount. So yeah, I got the standard one. I didn't get the high clearance because the high clearance is so you can clear your sway bar mounts. I don't even run sway bars, so there's no need for me to spend the extra cash on that. So I just went with the standard straight bar. But here she is, about to take this shit apart. So I'm sure you guys have to do it real quick, or at least how I'm gonna do it. Alright, so after you take the wheels off and got it jacked up, before you start taking shit apart, you need to measure. So if you have a buddy, it'd be helpful, but if not, you can try this little trick I did. So right on the cotter pin, at least for me, I just stick it right in the middle right there. Try to get the middle. And then just run it all the way to the other side. And then just hold it right here. And if it'll focus. Anyways, so that's basically how I did it. Just get your cotter pin like that, hold it right there, and then just run it all the way through the other side. So once you have that measurement, you can start taking shit apart and start putting your tie rod bar and your drag link. Alright, so you start by taking off the cotter pin first. Like so, if you have the proper tools. And just break the nut. That took a little bit of effort. Just hammer this shit in. We're not gonna really use it anymore. There you go. To the next side. So same thing here. Cotter pin out. Now, if your cotter pin's really fucking stubborn, what you could do is you could just cut it and then just fucking take the knot off. I'll be fine. I mean, you're not using these again. But mine aren't really that stubborn, so I'm just gonna take it off. It makes taking the knot off a little bit easier. There you go, this one came out easier. And same thing, just hammer this shit out. There we go. Now let's take off the drag link. Okay, so taking off the drag link, so I'll get more of a bitch. Don't fuck your shit up either. That's not good, like I did. Alright, so last thing would be taking off your steering stabilizer. There's a nut behind here, but let's see if it doesn't. Yeah, you're gonna have to hold that. Like so. There we go. Takes a little convincing and it's out. Alright, so here's the new. This is the old. Look at that fucking difference, man. Skinny little toothpick and this fucking thing. So this is why you want to change it, because that stock one is completely weak and this one's definitely some beef. I'm not going to be reusing a steering stabilizer. If you want to be using a steering stabilizer, I believe they do sell brackets that you could bolt onto the bar so you could run one, but I don't really think I'm going to need one, so that's why I didn't get anything. Another thing I want you guys to know is that the stock setup, it uses tie rod ends, and tie rod ends are tapered, as you can see right here. And CavFab's doesn't have that. CavFab uses Heim joints, which is going to be important here in the install, which I'm going to explain right now. Alright, so the next part to install the CavFab steering, you're going to have to fit this 5/8 bolt into the knuckle. And for that, you're going to have to ream it. So I bought this reamer off of Amazon for like 40 bucks. So all you have to do is just ream it out so you could put this bolt on with the Heim joint. Now you could use a regular drill bit, but since the reamer is tapered, it makes it easier to keep the hole centered. Whereas if you use a regular drill bit, it'll be harder as it'll be moving around and shit. So that's a pretty good tool to use for this. There we go. After you drill that out, this should fit perfectly in there. Now on to the next side. Shit, ow, that hurt my ear. Alright, so when drilling the pit arm, I would watch out for that hose. what I did, I just zip tied it to the body just to pull it back enough so it gives the reamer enough room without hitting it, and then just ream the pitman arm up. There we go. Next step is just start installing the bar. Alright guys, so if you got the standard kit like I did, I just want to highlight the difference between the standard and the high clearance. So when you go to install the drag link right here, it's going to hit the sway bar mounts. So as you can see, there's no way I can install it. So if you got the standard kit and you don't use your sway bar like me at all, you just cut it off, and that's all you have to do. Just cut that off, put it on, and then line everything up. Lined out, just to create a little more clearance, make sure nothing hits. This is the passenger side, here's the driver's side. As you can see the drag links right there. And just to add a little bit more clearance and peace of mind that nothing's gonna hit. Alright, so now it's time to align the bar. So when I measured, it was 52.5 on the dot. So since I got the straight bar, I'm just gonna measure it from that end to this end to 52.5. Put it on the Jeep, and if it needs a little bit more adjustment, it's super easy because I just turn the bar. Alright guys, well there she is. She's in. Like I said, for this bar right here, your original measurement, that's what you're gonna set that to. So for me, it was 52.5 on the dot, and I just set it, and then you mark it, and you tighten it down. So now for your drag link, your steering wheel might be crooked like mine is. As you can see, my steering wheel is completely off, but my wheels are straight. So to fix that, because if you have the straight bar like I do, all you do is you just spin it until your steering wheel goes up straight. Same thing here. If like I measured it before I put it on here, and if it doesn't line up exactly, all you do is just twist it till it measures exactly from that end to that end and what you had before. So that's why these are easier. If you have the high clearance ones, which is the bend to clear the sway bar mounts, you're gonna have to take it off and then twist the Heim joints until you get it aligned. It's super tedious, but that's the way you align that one. With this one, you could just put it on and then just twist the bar. So get the bolt, you put a washer, you put that spacer that goes in the Heim joint for the drag link. You put that spacer, then you put another spacer, then you put a washer, another washer, and then you put your bar, your tie rod bar, although these are Heim joints, and then another spacer, and then your nut. Now this goes underneath. I didn't know why it has to go. I was trying to put it on top of here so I could have over the knuckle. You really do need a over the axle track bar, because I have the stock track bar and it's gonna hit. It'll hit right here. Maybe try to put it over the knuckle. So unless you have an aftermarket track bar that gives you clearance, or an over the axle track bar, this is what you're gonna have to do. You're gonna have to go under the knuckle. Same thing on this side. You got your bolt, your washer, a washer, your Heim joint, a washer, and then you have your nut. Over here, it's not tight yet because I need to adjust it, but you got your nut, your washer, a washer, these spacers, they go inside the Heim joints, another spacer, a washer, and then your bolts. Talking to you guys earlier about these tie rod ends. See how these are tapered, and then plus you got that hole for the cotter pin. Since you drilled this out, it's pretty much a straight hole, and there's nothing to hold on to it besides this bolt and this nut. So this could come off loose from driving, vibrations, etc. So I really highly recommend to put red Loctite and be generous with it, because you don't want this coming off, and you don't want your pitman arm and your drag link coming off. So what some people do is they add another nut so it's double secured. I might be doing that. For now, what came with the kit, I'm just going to be using this setup, and I'm just going to red Loctite the shit out of this nut so it doesn't come off. Guys, another thing to keep in mind if you have aftermarket wheels is the clearance. So mine just barely cleared it, so I'm fine there. So just keep an eye out on that. There she is, guys, fully installed underneath the Jeep. Tires are looking pretty good and straight.